Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
Happy Wednesday to you all.
Yeah.
We're very stoked because this is the final season of Mad Men.
Yeah. I've been thinking all week about where we kind of go from here because the ending, whatever we do now, right? The ending completely set up a different show for the last season.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. A show that, as we kind of figured out at the end of season 3 moving forward, they don't mind blowing it up.
They
doing
don't.
something and taking a completely different direction. And they did it again at the end of last season with Dawn being sent home and put on an indefinite leave, which I think is the less lawyer involved and obtrusive way of saying you're kind of fired.
The safe bet.
Yeah,
Really?
I would have heard that as you're fired. We're trying to get rid of you. We don't want you around.
It seems that way.
They can't fire him because he's a partner. They can fire him as creative director, and they did, right? They brought somebody else in who had that great line going down, as Don's leaving the office, like, yes, he is.
It was the real kick in the teeth to see your rival walk in with your
You're early
basically.
with Duck. Yeah, you think it was an accident that Duck brought him early? Because I don't.
No,
that was a petty move on Duck's part.
Tom Petty right there. Somebody said it was reminiscent of the Freddie Rumsfeld bit. I think it was in season 3 whenever they had him leave, obviously different situation.
Sure.
There was reverence for Freddie.
Yeah.
Don leaving, it was more just like, you gotta go.
Yeah. But it was the same thing, like, take 6 months off, which everybody knew, including Freddie. That's code speak for don't come back.
It is.
We're firing you. And I think that's what it was for Don. But because, like I said, they can't really fire him, that was the first step. At some point, they need to have the conversation about contract buyout or partnership buyout. He owns part of the company.
I would not be surprised if we deal with that a lot in this season. You know what I mean?
I was wondering because we generally have, and it's not been consistent, the time jumps between seasons.
Yeah,
I can't decide what they're going to do here. This is one where we might not have a time jump because Don's not going to be at work. Or if we do have a time jump, is it pre-buyout? Is it post-buyout? Is Don off doing his own thing? And we just find out in conversation that they bought him out and he's not a part of Sterling Cooper anymore?
If I was to guess, it'd be pre, because I think there's a lot of drama you could have with that. You can mine from that situation, obviously.
There is, but it also could just be procedural.
It could.
We don't want to show them arguing over dollar amounts and signing contracts and stuff.
There's a lot of mess we have to cover. I mean, the Megan situation. Megan basically left. Is Megan leaving him? Are they still together? Because she was very upset in that last moment.
She left. I feel like she left, but wasn't like leaving the relationship. It was like, I'm going to California. Good luck.
Yeah.
Now, if we jump forward, maybe they're divorced. Maybe they've reconciled. Maybe they're still in limbo.
And that conversation they had was before he got fired. So I mean, it could
go. He
could just go to California.
But I don't know if I see Don making that rational decision.
Yeah, who knows where he's at in his head. Real quick, I want to touch upon somebody on Patreon seemed about Bob. Somebody on Patreon had a theory that I'm not totally sold on it, but I did think it was interesting nonetheless. How much did he know about Manolo?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because Manolo basically killed Pete's mom.
Right.
I think he did. I mean, like, it's
sort of. Oh, I do too.
They don't have a definite, like, he did this, but, like...
It sounds like in the investigation, like, he was using a fake name. He thought she was rich and found out she wasn't. I would lay odds that he probably did kill her.
Now, does Bob know about that?
I would say no.
You don't
Bob still has to work with Pete. I think Bob was generally surprised that happened.
So we had that scene where Bob was speaking Spanish to Manolo.
Right. He was complaining about Pete.
He was. So this person seems to think Bob is a little more malicious than we think he is.
I don't think Bob is throw the guy's mom off a boat and let's see how he handles that at work.
We don't know.
Malicious.
I'm not sold on I'm not sold on 100%, but I do see where this person's coming from. And also, we don't know a lot about Bob. We don't. I like Bob. I think Bob is a great guy. Is he a snake in the grass? I don't know. I hope not.
He has been at some point, right?
But even the Pete situation at the end where he hasn't backed the car up into the sign. Good move on Bob's part.
I think it was a power move.
And
I think
it saved his butt too.
It did,
Pete off the case. It got Pete off of Chevy.
No, I don't see Bob as the
evil mastermind.
To go all the way to murder. The things that he was guilty of, he's obviously done something where he thought he had to run, like in the Days Head Start. We don't know what those are, and I doubt we ever will.
Because we don't. But I don't need that story.
No, we don't. I kind of like the mystery of it, right? It's like Casablanca. Yeah. Do we know what Rick did? No, at no point, and it doesn't really matter. We get to make it up, and that's part of the beauty of the obscurity of art, right?
It's great writing, gets your imagination going.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like the biggest crime that Bob committed that he's kind of hiding from is the fact that he was gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, and that was like, before you weren't at an ad firm, you were like serving this guy. And I'm like, and so that's it. That's
it.
So
in the 60s, it's like might as well be a witch.
Right. Yeah. But that's a big leap from murder. So for me, I don't feel like he was involved in any way in that or knew it would happen.
The only reason I brought it up is because I was reading this comment and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, of course. And obviously there's no way you can completely dismiss it.
Sure.
All right, we should get rolling here.
Yes, we should. If you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you want to hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. On all shows, including Mad Men, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon if we're on YouTube. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You're only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're watching on AMC Plus. And we're also watching 30 Rock, currently as a Patreon exclusive. And when we're done with season 7 of Mad Men here, we're going to roll into HBO's The Wire.
Yeah.
I'm excited about as well.
I am too.
Right.
I'm so excited. I'm freaking amped, man. You don't even know.
I wonder if we skip far enough ahead into the 70s to where it's or get to the 70s. So it's
well, last season
Stan's beard's like twice as big.
It looks like Charlie Manson.
Yeah.
Well, last season was 68. So
yeah, I mean, it may be. Yeah, it probably won't jump that far.
It's probably 69.
Right.
Which I think, if it is 69, it's kind of brilliant. The show just kind of runs the 60s.
Yeah,
it's
it does.
Really about that.
It was like 1958, 59 up into into the 60s. Yeah.
That'd be really smart. Oh, here we go. I can't wait for this.
Matt Weiner wrote this episode.
So they're going to bring it. Hey, Freddie.
Freddie! Speak of the devil.
Yeah. This is the beginning of something. Do you have time to improve your life? Do you have precisely 30 seconds for a word from Accutron watches?
Yeah.
The second hand moves with a fluid sweep, and above it, Accutron time. You go into a business meeting. Is there food in your teeth?
It's very Rod Sterling, isn't it?
It is.
That is not what I expected.
There's a nice way to say that, and there's the way you just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
She sounds surprised, yeah.
You wanted me to tell you when it was 5 minutes until the status meeting?
Thank you, Shirley.
That's big. Yeah. New secretary, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Being freelancer, don't you?
I'm glad Freddie's doing well. Whoa. Oh, it's Roger.
I thought it was Don.
I thought it was Don's apartment.
So, how's everybody today? Ready for your routine checkup? Just open your mouth and say, ah.
He's so old-fashioned. I guess Don was, too.
Yeah. But this guy's like a dinosaur compared to Don.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Hey, Joan still looks great. Big surprise.
Right, yeah.
Spoiler. Yeah.
I can come back.
No. Clara, can I get a buttered roll, please, from the lobby?
A buttered roll.
It's like Nick Fury.
Yeah.
He looks pretty sick with an eye patch.
He does, yeah.
What are you holding?
It's Avon. You said you wanted to see me?
How many accounts do I have?
Well, it's all of them.
It feels like more.
Where's Pete then?
I'm having dinner with Jerry Lewis or GM or somebody. No, don't mention other clients.
Certainly. I appreciate your confidence in me.
Just tell her to do it.
Yeah. She's high strung.
I do love Kenny. I've always loved Kenny. After he got past his really rough sexism in season 1.
Yeah.
Because you told me to give you 2 ideas.
You apparently only gave me 1.
Last week I gave you 30 choices, and you told me to bring 2.
That's the way we do it.
So he kind of sucks.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, honestly, shaving on an airplane. Oof. Well, he looks like he's working.
Yeah.
Is this a misdirect? Is he not?
At least he looks better than
cool
last
shot.
season.
It's like Jackie Brown.
Yeah, Jackie Brown, The Graduate. Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's put together.
Cleaned up. Not like a disheveled mess of last season. Little feather in his cap. All right.
So is he visiting Megan then?
It's an awesome shot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is cool. Really good use of slow motion here.
Yeah. Keep switching the film speed. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your wife's gorgeous.
Yeah, life is still good, Don. You notice he still looks like he did in season 1, though.
Sure
he does. He still looks like 1958 Don. Yep.
Yeah.
Aren't you done with your adventure? You know how many times I've come down here looking for fun?
Isn't Lou fun?
Lou's great.
No, Lou seemed like he was really dry.
Yeah. He's somebody's granddad.
That's right.
that you know the man your wife is spending so much time with. I assure you, it's greed and nothing else.
Yeah, this guy doesn't seem like a threat romantically. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I just ate a bag of butterflies.
Let's celebrate.
Young man!
Young man.
There's a waiter and you hit him in the head.
Like, no.
I can't believe it. When is it?
Wednesday, 9:15. We can hold off on fixing your teeth. Obviously, I jumped the gun on that.
And in her head.
NBC.
Such great news.
Okay, he's being supportive.
This seems like a better Don than we saw last season, but it may be a facade because Don's a fraud.
Is he still sober?
Right.
Could you hold off on your recommendation a few days? So that you can at least have the dinner you thought you were having?
Sure. Pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
Let's see if Joni can bring it.
She's going to have Ken bring it, is what it sounds like.
Let me see what her strategy is here.
Yeah. Had some whiskey in this Coke.
I'll get the bag. You go sit down.
Hey, this time she's the one who's
Sloshed.
yeah, that's the best description.
Please don't flick any cigarettes off the balcony. I don't know how, but everyone
try.
says they can tell where the fire starts.
Yeah, just don't start a fire.
It's 9 and I have to get to class. You want me to drop you at the office?
No.
Has he not told her? Or is he working somewhere
popping
else?
in? What's he doing? Yeah.
She's a Playboy.
Well, they had articles back then.
I'll be out of here in a minute.
Hey, Ted. Good to see you.
I think his beard is bigger. I was joking, but yeah.
Well, you're in an office here, you're in an office there. What's the difference?
It's been at least a couple of months.
Yeah.
Ease up, Peggy.
Come on, he's married.
He's your boss. That's it.
Buck up, Chief.
Fine. It's fine.
Definitely have not done a good job of hiding this.
No.
Wow.
He looks terrible.
Well, Pete's been enjoying California.
Yes, he
Oh my
has.
God, that outfit.
You look well, too.
He just hugged on.
Yeah.
Iced tea.
Please.
Look at how they're dressed. Don hasn't changed at all.
At all. Exactly the same for the first season.
God, it might be the same suit.
Didn't Roger make an announcement?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, of course. Listen, you know if it was up to me, you'd be back there already.
Okay, he's not working. Is Pete gonna have to save him again?
Pete comes in clutch sometimes.
He has more than once.
Very nice.
So this is the Chamber of Horrors, and then that's my office.
So Don's staying friendly with Pete, but he's not working. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I wonder if he's trying to work his way back in.
I wanted to be by the ocean, but my wife rented a house in the hills. Great view.
City or valley?
I don't know.
Well, the price is right, and the company looks interesting.
God, men just can't help it with her, can they?
They can't.
You're not gonna,
Subtlety, my man.
you're not going to say anything to catch her though, because she's heard everything.
Out of your league, too.
I don't know if you can answer this or even understand it. But what is the difference?
Actually, I can answer that.
Yeah, that was condescending. This is Joan saving the day, isn't it?
I hope so.
Any wine left, or did the chicken drink it all?
I picked you up a bottle.
She kind of looks like a pirate.
She kind of does, doesn't she? Oh, wait, maybe.
Yeah.
Dallas, why don't you put it over there?
Over where? It's huge.
By the window, there's a wall. That's where it goes.
He got her. You said the TV was small.
Yeah.
He got her a new TV.
That thing is huge.
I don't know why he doesn't just move here, buy a beach house, and count his
Be
millions.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point. Is he's not normal.
I don't even care that you smell like incense or have any thoughts about your current, quote, state of affairs.
This doesn't sound like forgiveness. It sounds like accusation.
And with a little help, I've come to understand that anger
She in
can be
therapy
vanquished by love.
or join a commune?
It might be a commune.
Yeah.
So now we're just supposed to eat Eggs Benedict?
I would love that.
for Roger being so enlightened, you would think he'd understand, but
No, there was something weird about that.
it is a little off.
Yeah, that was a weird
It
conversation.
does kind of seem like she joined some sort of group or something.
Yeah, there's some influence from someone else. Not that it's bad necessarily.
It doesn't sound like therapy.
Is that my vest?
If you were with someone, I don't care. You know anyone's welcome in this bed.
I just want to get some sleep.
It's strange.
It's a strange journey for Roger. To each his own. Different strokes,
No,
different
for sure.
folks. But this doesn't seem like a Roger
He seems
thing.
so out of place,
Yeah, that's it. He seems out of place for him.
It feels like another midlife crisis on his part.
Yeah.
Call my sister Anita and tell her to get Jerry and his friend the plumber up there.
Shouldn't I just call Jerry?
No, Anita.
Is she subletting her old apartment? Is that what this is? Why are they calling her about the...
She might be subletting her,
Okay, this guy's a square in the worst way.
I guess I'm immune to your charms. Can I get some coffee?
You know what's really funny? She'll never admit it, but deep down, she's missing Dawn.
She is missing Dawn.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody else is. We know Pete is. We know Peggy is.
Yeah.
You can only fire us once.
So what am I supposed to do? I already set the meeting.
Cancel it.
No, I'm asking you.
He's saving her. Or she's saving him, I mean.
I'm still expecting to meet with Ken.
I'll follow up on that today.
You'd better.
All right, Joan.
Joan just bullied this kid.
Yeah, man. I mean, really, he's a kid.
Oh, no, he looks like he's about 19 years old, yeah.
More boards for Accutron.
Do you want to do it?
No, I want to do it. I don't know what I did. Get out of here.
Have we seen this guy before? He doesn't look familiar.
He doesn't look familiar. He might have been the last season.
We are caught in war wanting peace. We're torn by division wanting unity. We see around us empty lives wanting fulfillment.
That's fascinating.
We see a guy who's going to resign before he gets impeached. I am not a crook.
Nobody's called, right? Still being paid. Well, we had Christmas without you.
Good too.
The Super Bowl.
I wouldn't raise ruckus if I was still getting paid. I'd be like, I'll stay on the payroll until anyone says anything. Yeah. He is damaged goods.
Yeah, he made sure of that himself.
Yeah.
In front of Hershey's.
But you got to be proud of the way Freddie bounced back from his rock bottom.
Yeah. Two guys help each other out there.
Stay out of my office.
That's a good bit.
It's because of the one eye, yeah.
That's dark humor, and I love it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It seems silly for you to go all the way out to Brooklyn and come back.
It won't take long this time of night. I don't like Anita there alone in the house.
He's a landlord.
Yeah, good for her. Extra income.
I'm sure she's getting paid quite well. I mean, the head of
sure
copy.
Oh, but she's alone.
This is the Ted thing finally hitting her after all day.
She doesn't have Don, she doesn't have Ted.
That's true. And Lou seems like kind of a stick in the mud.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like somebody's pop-off.
Right. Interesting that he can't close the door in his balcony and his apartment's just cold.
Yeah. Call maintenance. Like, I know that's probably more than that in terms of storytelling.
He's still getting paid and he was already rich. Call somebody.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1,000 to come fix this tonight.
Yeah. No kidding. Man on the outside, though.
Yeah.
Out in the cold.
You are being frozen out.
Another fantastic needle drop that sums up the episode and themes. Yep, man on the outside, he's in the cold.
He can't move on. He just can't move on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most people, and I don't want to sound like it's all about the money, but from the outside looking in, it's like, you're rich, your wife's living in California, you're still getting paid because you're still a partner in the firm. If you wanted to be happy in a sense that 99% of people would say is happiness,
sure,
what would you do?
I mean, honestly, in this situation, I would get the money and go to California.
I would just move to California, sell the apartment, say goodbye. He was already going to do it anyway, so it's not like his kids are what's really his concern. I'm kind of curious to see them at some point in the season and see where that relationship and that mess is at.
Because we ended the last season with him and his kids, you know?
Him having an honest moment. The honest moment is what got him in this position.
It was nice. It was very nice, you know? And the thing is, if he's a creative, right? I don't think that's what's keeping him. It's not like he's like, I'm a creative, I'm dying to be back at work. I don't get that feeling. I mean, he is working. Maybe it is that, but I don't know. I think it's deeper.
He's still working because he's just giving it to Freddie.
Yeah, but do you think that's why he's still there? Is because I have this creative desire inside of me to make something?
I just don't think he knows how to move on.
Yeah,
I don't think he has the ability to move on.
And so that's what's holding him back. It's not his drive to be great at his job. It's not his drive to be a good husband. He just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's funny because season 5 ended in a pretty, somebody on Patreon put this out as well, in a pretty optimistic spot on surface level, but really it's Don falling deeper and deeper in season 5. Season 6 is the opposite. He's on the outs.
Mm-hmm.
But it did feel like he had this moral redemption he could have. And now I don't know. Now I don't know what's going on. I mean, like, he's not... I think he's still climbing the ladder. I think he's still getting himself out of the pit. But...
I do too.
It's just... This might be a rough one for him.
Oh,
this might be a rough season.
This is the worst spot that he's ever been in.
Yeah.
But I think because of what we just saw in the premiere, they're not going to buy him out. I feel like that if this is what he wants and he's him, he will find a way back.
Sure.
I don't know if it's Pete. I don't know if it's Ted. I don't know if it's Roger. But there's going to be a crack somewhere in this unified front against Don.
Yeah.
And it may come down to him saying, I want to come back, and then saying no, and him saying, how much are you going to give me to buy me out then?
Yeah.
And then all the partners have to be like, and also, by the way, once you do, I'm going to be working for the guy across the street. See you in the meetings.
Yeah.
There are good reasons to bring him back if he gets it together.
How valuable is Lou in this whole situation? You know what I mean, like,
exactly, because that's the other thing is Lou seems like a safe bet compared to Don or Ted, but completely uninspired and uninspiring.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's swinging for the fences. He's playing it safe. We saw that with his with Peggy's pitch there. You know?
Well, and Peggy called standout on it, but it was really to Lou and his leadership, right?
Yep.
You're all hacks that are okay with doing hack crap work, and I'm out here alone trying to actually do something great.
Yeah, and it's like we take for granted quality in everything, really. But it's like if the quality starts to dip, you're going to start losing clients.
That's it, right? Yeah, you know exactly.
I mean? And they kind of tease that a little bit with the whole Joan storyline. You know what I mean? Like, if we can just do it here, it's cheaper, and like you guys aren't delivering what we want, so you know. But we're in a really, really interesting spot because this does seem like everybody is a mess right now. Pete's doing well. We didn't really get to see where Ted's at. Obviously, he's in California, away from Peggy. It's assuming we're assuming that he's doing better. Right?
Yeah, I don't know because we didn't focus on business at all in this episode.
Not really.
Beyond Joan. We really didn't. So I'm kind of curious to see how much in season 7 the show's going to split job focus between New York and California.
I hope we use the whole time.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
This was a lot of fun going back and forth.
Absolutely. So I don't know how much we're going to spend time with Pete and Ted in California, or if they're just kind of out there, kind of like Bob is in Detroit.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get a little bit of it, but how much of it is going to be, hey, we see Detroit, hey, we see LA, or how much is really just going to be New York? Because I'm really curious now that we've seen this, what Don's strategy ultimately is to get himself back to Sterling Cooper. Because I feel like he will. And there's a real chance that by the end of, like we said early, Don may come so clean that he finds himself in prison at the end of the show.
He could.
I mean, that's not outside their own possibility. And the question, after this is it possible that Don gets himself back to Sterling Cooper and realizes at that point, maybe that's not what he wants after he actually gets himself back there?
That'd be hilarious.
I mean, the whole show's been largely about Don being unable to be happy no matter how successful he is.
It's about him, like, chasing something.
Right. And so what happens once he gets back there and he has everything he thinks he wants, and he's just as miserable as he was in season 6 there?
Yeah, I mean, also, like, I don't see, like, he wasn't lying about working, I guess. The whole episode, we're like, what is he working on? Is he just sitting alone in his house drinking?
He was working for Freddie.
Working.
Yeah,
he's still working.
He's just giving the work to Freddie. Yeah.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens until, he does eventually screw up. I thought he was going to hook up with Nev Campbell and be a miserable curmudgeon in New York. Not the case. He's staying sober, drinking soda with Freddie and pitching ideas.
Yeah, it seems like he is more so than usual actually focused.
Yeah.
which we've seen in spurts, usually when his personal life is crap, but we've never seen him focused when his professional life is crap.
True.
And right now, both of them are.
And the fact that he's realizing he has to let go of Megan, too, is also smart.
Yeah, the whole idea of, Megan doesn't realize our marriage is over yet, but I do,
And also, like, what California has always been to Don is an escape, right? Maybe that's why he doesn't want to go there.
I mean, that's where
Anna was.
Right? That was like he actually had something that made him happy there.
It's almost like he doesn't want to live there because he doesn't want to, like, taint it with himself, because, like, he runs to California. He doesn't live there. He runs there. He escapes there.
Yeah,
and if he's just there, will he just be in California and be unhappy?
Yeah, I don't see. I see Don. We've kind of said that Don is the anti-Ted, and in a lot of ways he is.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in that regard, Ted's miserable in California. I think Don would probably be too.
Yeah, and
trying to make their marriages work.
At least Pete's enjoying it.
Pete's loving it. His marriage is over. Pete's like, whatever. I'm single. My realtor girlfriend is really cute. Whatever.
And real quick, we have to touch on Roger because Roger's in a really interesting spot. I'm really looking forward to his storyline this season.
Yeah, Roger's always been on kind of a weird journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, truly. Like, really.
From the time he left Mona, Roger's been on this weird journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it ends up for him.
Then I applaud the show because when we started the show, however many months ago, about a year ago, probably,
right, about a year ago.
And I never would have guessed his storyline would have went this way.
Me neither.
And he's living in a hotel, it looks like, with...
At least staying there
with two hippies.
Right, yeah. Which seems out of character for him, but who knows?
And his daughter seems to be... We're guessing she's in a commune because it didn't seem like therapy. It didn't seem like church.
Yeah, she said, that's the thing.
They alluded to it.
That line when she's like, you go to church or whatever, like not any kind of church you would understand.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she's either at a therapist or she's like met some hippie friends. You know? So it's either religious or commune.
And so he might find some sort of catharsis. He might find some kind of inner peace with himself and with his daughter. I hope they can understand each other this season, because we don't really get a lot of her when we do get her. Not that it's bad writing, it's just that like her character has been in service of, hey, Daddy, I need money, I need this, I need that.
A lot of it, right?
And so if they take her character a different direction this season, I would love that as well.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know if the group that she's clearly joined is going to end up being a good thing or a bad thing either.
Who knows? I mean, because he's not in a group, but like he'll definitely associate with those people, So
he's not, there's literally nothing that I would put past Roger at this point as far as I'm going to go do this.
He's a wild card.
It's interesting that like Dawn, he's back to looking like he did at the beginning of the show. You know what I mean? Like
he's still square.
Yeah, he grew his sideburns out and hippied out a little bit before, but now he's back to old square
Clean
Roger.
cut 60s man.
Yeah, except living in this weird situation for him.
It's a weird image. It's striking.
Yeah, it really is. Definitely different from what we've seen from Roger.
Yeah.
Right. We will see you in episode 2, guys.
See ya.